Middle East Rail Projects Conference TV, brought to you by Mead and AMEinfo.com, and we have the pleasure now of speaking to the keynote speaker of the conference, His Excellency Hussein Al Nuwais, recently appointed chairman of the newly formed Union Rail Company. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Let's start off and look at the mandate of this federal organisation.
The mandate is to create a freight and passenger railway which will connect UAE starting from the border of Saudi Arabia and Guyafat all the way to Fujairah, and then passing by the western region, Ruwais area, and then to Abu Dhabi Industrial City in Musaffah, the cargo terminal in Abu Dhabi Airport, the Tawila Port, Khalifa Port in Tawila, Jebel Ali Port in Dubai, then to Sharjah, Ras Al Khaimah, all the way to Fujairah. It will also connect to Al Ain and then to Oman, all the way to Suhar.
The length of the track over 1,100 kilometres in the initial statement, but now from what you were saying this morning, that will go even further with perhaps an extra 300 or 400 kilometres.
The development of adding Shah, which is about 300 kilometres, came about recently, and that's an interesting challenge we're going through. It is to link the oil field of Shah and Habshan, granulated sulfur products to Ruwais.
And as you mentioned, a combination of freight and passenger traffic. You gave us some figures about the speed of the freight trains and also the passengers. How will they work together on the same network? Because there's a big difference in speed.
You use the same track, and the freight obviously uses different wagons and different speed. But you can put passengers on that same track. The passenger speed will be higher.
You have 5 key sort of elements to the organisation of the railway. What are those 5 important points?
You know, we talked about connectivity. Connectivity is very important to link the key areas of UAE to this important project. We talked about prosperity in the sense that this is going to create a logistic hub. UAE has been developing its logistic base. This will strengthen further that logistic position of UAE through the ports, through linking land, sea and air areas. As you are aware, we are embarking on a major industrial program in the UAE, and logistics is a key factor to help accelerate the execution of that program. So we talked about connectivity, prosperity, sustainability. We talked about safety. This is our #1 factor. We will ensure that the highest safety measure is taking place. The highest safety standard is applied. We will not take any risk whatsoever.
It's going to be quite a challenging project from an engineering perspective, from the deserts of the western region and Abu Dhabi going through to the mountainous regions, the Al Hajj Mountains. Yeah, a lot of rock there, isn't it?
It will be a challenging project, but we pray to God we'll be up to that challenge, inshallah.
In terms of the time frame, what is the plan?
We're talking about 5 to 7 years to execute and finalize this project.
And going back to the freight aspect, the logistics, that will be the driving force, I take it?
Yes. Freight is a key factor for this.
And now for the viewers of Mead and users of Mead and AMEinfo, very much involved in projects, what will be the time frame for tenders and...
We will be going out to tender next year, the beginning of the year. We'll be issuing inquiries to engineering companies, to supplier, service provider. Before the end of this year, we'll be appointing a strategic consultant who will help us to design the operating model, the strategy, the 5-year plan for Union Railway, and at the beginning of the year, perhaps the engineering company, and throughout the year, several different contracts.
We've been talking about things from a UAE perspective and connectivity you mentioned, but connectivity with other countries in the GCC region. So how important will this be?
This is very important, actually. We are in a great coordination with our brothers from the GCC through the Secretariat General of the GCC to ensure the common standard, common factors are there. We will be doing our own projects in UAE, but in the same conformity and standards of the rest of the GCC. So coordination is very important. This project gets the support and the blessing of the leaders of the GCC, and therefore we have to be up to their expectation.
Well, Hussein, it's been quite a large gathering for this conference today. So how important are conferences like this for development of projects of this stature?
You know, conference is always a good venue for delivering messages you want to deliver, meeting the right people from the right industry, and coordinating and sharing the experiences and knowledge elsewhere. So it's a great opportunity.
I must say it's been a great opportunity talking to you. A modern-day Isambard Kingdom Brunel. So thank you very much, Hussein Ali Nuwais, talking to us here on Middle East Rail Projects Conference TV.